So you need to take it to at least 06.
Okay, we'll do.
Thanks. How far out are we? Okay. Are we okay here?
Tonight's matchup is brought to you by the famous Budweiser beer, brewed the hard way. The beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, fast finish. This Bud's for you. LifeVantage, helping people achieve health, wealth, and personal freedom. By ESPN 700, the home of the Real Salt Lake and Monarchs soccer. Listen to every match by tuning into ESPN 700, Utah's #1 sports talk. By Valley Fair Mall. Valley Fair Mall has it all. And by Rio Tinto Kennecott. We invite you to take a closer look at riotintokennecott.com.
Well, do you want any programming in your ear?
Soccer fans, good evening to you and welcome to Rio Tinto Stadium. Tonight it's USL Soccer as we get late in the 2015 season. The home team, the Real Monarchs, taking on Colorado Springs tonight. Good evening to you, Bill Riley and Sean Miller with you here tonight. Maybe, Sean, the fourth time is the charm for Freddie Juarez's team. They've played 3 other times this year, and the Real Monarchs have not come out on the good end, the positive end of things. These two teams last met in mid-June, and since mid-June, they've kind of gone in opposite directions, haven't they?
They have. If you look at the standings currently, they both have identical goals against average, but the Switchbacks have a plus 16, and the Monarchs have negative 16. Monarchs have 22 goals for, while Switchbacks have 45. So that's the big difference between the two teams.
Yeah, the Real Monarchs have to find a way to put the ball in the back of the net. Their leading goal scorer this season has 7 goals. We're 23 matches into the year. Freddie's team needs to find some offensive firepower and try to find it at home here tonight against the Switchbacks. What's the biggest individual reason you think why these two teams have gone in different directions? You mentioned the goal scoring, but is it just simply the firepower up top that Colorado Springs has?
If you look at Lucas Vercoloni, he's the captain and the heartbeat of the Switchbacks. He has 12 goals and 9 assists on the year. That's leading in the league. He's in the race against the likes of Rodrigo Lopez of Sacramento Republic. Monarchs really don't have a player of that caliber that's really getting those points, getting goals, getting assists. They need that.
We'll see if they can develop that over the last couple of matches of the season. Let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight here, presented by LifeVantage, and we'll start first on the Colorado side of things in Colorado Springs and see what they offer here tonight. What do you make of the Switchbacks lineup?
You know, you have in goal Samir Badir, who has 1.33 goals against average. In the back line, you have Jordan Burt, Josh Phillips, Chris Christian, who was just signed from Atlanta Silverbacks, big 6'2", 175 pounds. You also have J.J. Greer, who's started in center back playing on one side. You have your heartbeat, like I talked about, Luke Vercoloni, Shintaro Harada, both seasoned professionals, 10 years each have played in the USL Pros. And then Ronnie Argueta, who is right in front of them, and then the 3 strikers, Miguel Gonzalez, Mike Seth, and Chandler Hoffman.
On the other side now for the Real Monarchs, here's how Freddie Juarez's team will start out. And we start with Welshman up top. The midfield very solid. What do you make of the back 4?
Back 4, it's a true test for Copeland. He's entering the lineup as a test as the year comes to an end. Can he find a way to solidify his place in the team?
Can the Real Monarchs find 3 points here at home and begin to build just a little bit of momentum to feel good about this season late in the year? We'll come back. Sean will give you his game keys straight ahead, and we'll get ready for soccer here on a beautiful night in Salt Lake City in late August as the Real Monarchs and the Switchbacks of Colorado Springs coming up straight ahead.
700.
Soccer fans, good evening and welcome inside a beautiful Rio Tinto Stadium tonight. As the clouds hover high above the Wasatch Mountains, rain out of the forecast. Rained earlier today here in Salt Lake City. Should have a great night for soccer as the Real Monarchs look for 3 points here at home against a team that's owned them so far this year. Switchbacks of Colorado Springs have beaten them twice back in April within 6 days of one another. Switchbacks beat them 1-0 and then 5-2, and then they played on June the 13th. And it was a 2-1 Switchbacks win over in Colorado Springs. We'll see if Freddie Juarez's team can solve that mystery of the Switchbacks and get it done here tonight. Sean, a couple of game keys from you tonight. If they're going to get a result here at home, what do the Monarchs have to do?
You know, Freddie Juarez told me this week that defensively they need to compete individually and collectively. They need to transition with urgency. That means track and delay and reorganize when losing in possession. Transition, anytime you turn over the ball, how are you going to reorganize? After that, keep Colorado in front of us. And then when we're on the attack, when they're in possession, organize to prevent the counter and then also win the set-piece battles. Now, on the offensive side, he said, impose our style of play, get numbers around the ball, get forward, and create opportunities and get to goal as a team, and then crash the box with numbers.
So it'll be 2 matches in the next couple of days for the Monarchs. They'll play again here at Rio Tinto Stadium coming up on Friday night. If you don't have any plans, bring the family out. It'll be a while before the parent club, Real Salt Lake's back here. They won't be back at Rio Tinto Stadium until September the 19th when the LA Galaxy come to town. They'll be on the road in the state of Texas this weekend in Dallas. And, of course, the following weekend in Houston. Both matches can be heard on our flagship radio home, ESPN 700. Switchbacks in the road black tonight. Kind of going with a referee's look, if you will, here this evening. And then, of course, the Monarchs in the traditional red jerseys and blue shorts. The Red Sox here at Rio Tinto Stadium. Glad to have you along tonight for some USL soccer. Bill Riley and Sean Blymiller with you here this evening. If you're listening in on our flagship radio home, ESPN 700, the Monarchs will move left to right across your radio dial. Oswald in goal tonight. You'll have Copeland, Arnone, Orozco, and McGovern in front of him. The midfield of Ovalle, Celestino, Velasco, Baldin, Oriana. And Emery Welshman plays the lone striker role up top. We're underway. Great to have you in. Long ball played forward by the Monarchs. Halfway line. Ovalle plays it back, and a first touch tonight for Copeland. Back to Fido Ovalle, who's been a well-traveled young man over the last couple of weeks, hasn't he, Sean?
Yeah, he was just in Spain with the Chilean national team, part of a tournament that includes youth national teams, but also youth teams of professional level across the world, really.
He'll come all the way back to get it from his keeper, Oswald. He'll make a switch out wide right side, Riley McGovern. Good high pressure early from Colorado Springs. Center circle, Baldin. Now on the attack, into space, too far for Welshman. Off his line, Bader will take it. Samir Bader, the keeper for Colorado Springs, making his 7th start of the season. 2-2-2, with 1 clean sheet this season for the Switchbacks.
He's a backup. Normally you have Davala Agoric, who's 10-5-1, so you've got 2 solid goalkeepers in the net for Switchbacks.
Near side, now a left-footed ball played forward into space, taken right back again by the Monarchs. Oriana back to play it. To Ovalle. Now Oriana. Right off the face, goodness gracious. Harada that time took it right off the side of his head, and the referee checking on him just to make sure he's okay.
He went for a slide tackle, and his face kind of went forward, and ball got played right in square in the nose.
He's okay. He'll walk it off, and we'll drop this one right at the halfway line. Just underway, 3rd minute, 0-0. Ball played forward by Gonzalez. Keep an eye on that left side. Gonzalez and Vercoloni, a very dangerous combination between the two of them this season. 21 goals and 15 assists. So this near side channel could be busy here in the first half tonight.
Scored a great goal against Sounders 2 just last week on a back heel from Vercoloni. That combination, exactly what you're talking about. Creative and crafty.
Arnone with a touch, and back it comes to Copeland. Again, good high pressure. Hoffman doing a good job of making sure Monarchs don't get comfortable in their final third. Mentioned the Friday night game. They'll be here against Sounders 2. Will the Monarchs? 7 o'clock start time again.
You know, Bill, Steve Tritchio in interviews this week talked about how they're going to stay compact and keep everything in front of them, wait for the Monarchs to make a mistake, and then pounce on them on the counterattack. And we're seeing that early evidence of this game so far.
Copeland ahead. Welshman back to Baldine. Center circle now. Celestino. Back to Ovalle. Celestino again. Forward and through, and too much for Welshman. All the way back and taken by Christian. Out wide, far side. Monarchs battling. Nice job by Velasco. Wins a free kick after a foul. That foul goes against Burt on the far sideline. Negative ball back. Copeland's got it. Monarchs reset, try to find something in the final third. We talked about being compact. That's exactly what they've been, Colorado Springs, so far. There's a bad pass there to break it up. And coming back the other way now, Vercoloni. Running at the defense, Vercoloni lost his balance. Good job tracking back by the Monarchs. And McGovern broke it up.
But that's a perfect example of where the switchbacks just wait and wait and wait, and then Ovalle makes a bad decision on a pass, and close on a counterattack with gaps in behind. Vercoloni just slips.
Baldine, halfway line, decides to lay it back for Ovalle. Orozco now. Trying to find something. Tough to break down so far, the switchbacks. Celestino back to Copeland. Possession's good, but it's been mostly on their side of midfield for the Monarchs. And there's a whistle and a foul going against Oriana. Ovalle. It's a little direction there from the referee. Put back in play by Harada. Argueta plays it out wide. Scissored back again to McGovern. Seth with pressure on the ball. Back to Copeland.
That's good work from Riley McGovern to get out of that pressure.
Copeland's had some room, but it shuts down about halfway. Arnone. Center circle. Good pass there, Celestino. Couldn't get that touch to spring it. Back it comes Baldine. Now Arnone again. Now Christian's got it. He'll lay it back and play it back to Phillips. Cut back upfield, Harada. Not much of a final touch there by the switchbacks.
This is what they'll do. They'll forfeit the possession. They'll allow Monarchs to have the ball in their own half. Once they start bringing the ball forward near the midfield line, you can see the pressure on the ball build.
Orozco back across Copeland. We're in the 7th minute and 0-0 here at Rio Tinto Stadium. Lion's share of the possessions belong to the Monarchs. They just haven't been able to do much with it. And there's Copeland trying to find Oriana up the near side here, but nothing was there.
If you put a highlighter from the inline to about 40 yards out, that is where the Monarchs all season have struggled to really find successful passes and connect in that area of the field.
Goal kick, Bader. Sends it high and long through the center of the park. Valle brings it down, plays it out wide. Riley McGovern. A lot of room for Riley if he wants to get going. Leaves it now for Velasco. Walks that tightrope far sideline. Loops one in over the top. Trying to find either Welshman or Oriana that time. Nobody there. Switchbacks get a near side outlet to Christian. He'll play one in over the top. Trying to find Hoffman, couldn't. Harada's got it. Back to Christian. Middle of the park now. Argueta. Now Greer. Out wide for Burt. Here come the switchbacks. Greer with a touch. Picks up his head, clips it long, up that far sideline. Top of the box. Seth gets a turn. Plays it out wide, but a good step there. Arnone back to defend. Ovalle outlets near side. That was the first bit of good possession in the final third we've seen from the switchbacks.
I've seen about 8 people slip so far. They watered the grass just before the game, and players are trying to figure out that footing still.
Here comes Velasco into the 18. Left-footed ball across. Welshman! Oh, a shot just wide! Emery Welshman would love to have that one back. A beautiful ball from Velasco goes just wide of the goal, and it's a goal kick for Colorado Springs.
This is good work from Welshman on getting on the inside of the defender, but he fails getting a touch on goal. He just goes wide. He does well to beat his defender to the spot so he can have a chance.
Just wide by Welshman. That would have been a fantastic start here tonight for the Monarchs, but a good build nonetheless. There's Velasco switching near side Arnone. Minute 10 and still scoreless. We'll remind you, have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? You can get the latest news and live stats. Check out all the new social media hub at USLsoccer.com. From Salt Lake City and Rio Tinto Stadium, Bill Riley, Sean Blymiller with you here tonight. Rocky Mountain rivals of sorts squaring off here. Monarchs would love to make this a rivalry. Got to get a win first. Here's Welshman out wide. Oh, slipping and falling again, Riley McGovern. Good run, good pass. Riley couldn't keep his footing. And I don't know if it was the wet turf or not, but he lost it in the 18. It's a goal kick for Colorado Springs.
And that is a perfect example of what Freddie Juarez wanted to see, is getting numbers around the ball, getting forward. You have your left back, Riley McGovern, overlapping, and the pass is just barely away from him. If Lucas Baldin finds his foot, he's in. You know, Bill, this is a significant game for the Switchbacks because the top 6 teams make the playoffs, but the top seeds get home field advantage and host the game, which is a single game elimination. So they've held a good record at their field at Sand Creek Stadium.
On the attack again. Ball played wide by Seth. In the area it comes. Couple of touches across, sent out, right in front, shot, big deflection. Well defended by the Monarchs, but not cleared just yet. It looked like Orozco that went down to get that deflection as it was on the doorstep. Played back in, top of the box. Vercolone back out. That's going to be a throw-in for Colorado Springs.
He saved himself because Orozco plays this ball right into Lucas Vercolone, but makes up for his mistake. You see there, just throws his body in front, doesn't allow the shot on frame.
Throw in far sideline switchbacks. That was a dangerous build, to say the least. Ball hops through once and twice, and Oswald comes to it. Minute 12, 0-0. Orozco out wide, McGovern. Well, both teams have had a good look inside the 18, but haven't been able to capitalize. Copeland ahead to Ovalle. Back to Copeland. He's got some room if he wants to, and here he comes. Up ahead, Oriana. Welshman in. Welshman a shot. Well defended there by Greer, but that's going to be a corner kick. Terrific pass to thread through to Welshman, but Greer had him marked. Corner kick coming for the Real Monarchs.
I want to highlight the ball from Darian Copeland. This is what you call an entry ball. So it's about a 30-yard ball right into the foot of Oriana, which kind of breaks down that initial pressure of the switchbacks, and it allows them to get in behind.
Velasco into the 18. Velasco getting to his left, punches it wide, and overhit it and was well off the mark for a goal kick. You're absolutely right, though, Sean. It was that first ball, and that's the ball they need to relieve the pressure. That's the ball that helps break down the Switchbacks defense.
He beat 2-3 Switchbacks defenders with that pass, and then they're turning, facing their own goal and tracking back. And then defenders have to switch over, and that's what created the gap for Welshman to run onto.
Takes a deflection off of McGovern and back. That could have been dangerous, but Orozco was there. And back to Oswald it comes. Mentioned Darian Copeland's gotten a lot of run, and he'll get a touch here, making it 6th start of the season, 12th appearance overall tonight. Flicked on nicely there by Oriana, but sent right back the other way by Colorado Springs. Argueta. Vercolone. Out wide to Burt. Got Velasco in front of him. Gave it right back to McGovern.
I have to say that the opening 15 minutes, Lucas Baldines looks very sharp. I haven't seen him turn over the ball yet. Every time the ball's played to his foot, he's connected successfully with a teammate.
We'll say that ball crossed over the near sideline. Throw in coming Colorado Springs. We played a quarter hour of soccer here, 15th minute. Still scoreless. Real Monarchs and Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Christian throws in. Battle for that loose ball. Gonzalez. I'll say he played that in a dangerous fashion. Free kick coming for the Monarchs. We've played a quarter hour here. Sean, what do you make of this one so far?
Monarchs need to find the ball, just like we talked about with Copeland. Sometimes the ball, playing 10, 15-yard passes is good, but you want to create the one that's going to open them up. Can they find more passes that are going to just penetrate behind and force the Switchbacks to face their own goal in defending?
Welshman coming deep to get that. Velasco now.
Now you see them on the retreat. This is good.
McGovern was all by himself. They couldn't find him wide on the far sideline. Baldine. Back to Celestino, out wide to McGovern. Velasco trying to get a turn. Took a little shove, went down too easily. Switchbacks have it. Here's their counter. Up the near sideline. Gonzalez. Back inside, Gonzalez gets it back on a give and go. Left-footed service across, nobody there. Sent out by Orozco, held in by Colorado Springs. Finally cleared by the Monarchs. Nicely done by Oriana. Welshman. Cheeky move near side. Welshman. Christian in front. Welshman service across. Knocked down by the keeper, Bader. Good work, though, to even get in that position by Emery Welshman.
Yeah, you had on the far side, Velasco was all alone. If he had elected to put more of a floated ball to the far top of the 18, Velasco had time to bring it down.
17th minute, 0-0. Big switch from Greer, near sideline Gonzalez. Does a good job of keeping it in. Top of the box now. Big left-footed drive, high and wide. Well, you could hear that cannon shot from up here from Hoffman. He just couldn't keep it down and on frame. Goal kick, Oswald.
A good skill check from Miguel Gonzalez to bring that ball down out of the air with pressure from Tyler Arnone and still find Hoffman on top of the 18. Good quality skill check right there.
Left-footed ball, Oswald, high and long up the near side. Cleared high and long, but not out by Copeland. And there's a whistle and a foul going against the Switchbacks.
Josh Phillips going over the top of Emery Welshman. Emery Welshman is just holding his ground, forcing Phillips into the foul.
Ball played back to Copeland. 18th minute, 0-0. Arnone, halfway line. Good pass up the near side to Oriana. Orozco through the center circle and out wide again, Celestino. Now Ovalle. Good pressure again at midfield by Colorado Springs.
This is good possession. You're wanting to invite them into a space so that you can exploit the space they leave behind.
Walking up ahead. Oriana to Orozco. Now Arnone into some space, but not far enough inside for Oriana to make a run onto. Celestino gets it back. Both teams have had a number of needless giveaways so far here tonight. Celestino walks that midway line, gives it back to Ovalle.
If you watch Freddie Juarez on the sideline, he's kind of giving direction of when to go forward. So he's trying to draw the switchbacks to a certain part of the field, and then he'll say, now we go, and that's where they're trying to find the ball behind.
Velasco's got it, leaves it back for Celestino. Arnone making a run, they can't find him, so they play it back again. 20th minute, Monarchs 0, Switchbacks 0. Velasco, this has been a good bit of possession. Let's see if they can make something of it, though. Oriana pokes it out wide or no. He tries to cross it in, takes a deflection, nodded back out wide, and the Switchbacks have it back again. So those 20-plus passes go for naught. And now Gonzalez springs it back the other way. Hoffman. Vercolone. Lays it wide now for Burt. Clips it in. Header off frame and a goal kick coming. But just like that, Colorado Springs shows you their ability to counter.
Well, this Freddie Juarez said, when we're on attack, organize to prevent the counter. And this is exactly why. You combine 15, 20 passes, and then you don't go anywhere with it. Now they go on the break and they get a goal scoring opportunity. They don't get a shot on frame, but at the same time, they're on the break. So take care of the ball, that if in possession you have good transition, you can win the ball right back.
21st minute. Long ball forward up that far sideline, but right to a black jersey. And that's going to be a foul. Oh, they're going to say on the Switchbacks. Thought they maybe would have gotten Celestino there. Copeland rolls it back to his keeper, Oswald. Darian Copeland leaves it now. Fido Ovalle. Baldin coming deep, gets a touch. Lucas Baldin, the second leading scorer with 4 goals on this Monarch side. They're without their leading scorer tonight, Max Rauhofer. Hope to have him back when Sounders 2 come in on Friday night at Rio Tinto Stadium. Welshman playing the attack position up top tonight, has 3 goals on the season. Center circle Ovalle. Back to Copeland.
Baldin's goal coming late in the game against Sacramento Republic this last weekend. He had a good feed from Emery Welshman on the break, and Baldin was just on his left-hand side, was able to just slot it to the far post. Quality finish.
Throw in far side, Monarchs. And they'll try it again. Orozco plays it to Copeland. Christian gets a piece of the back of Lucas Baldine. And a free kick coming here for the Monarchs.
This is where you miss your target forward, Max Rauhofer, on these set pieces like this, especially with their large back line that the Switchbacks have.
They do. Big physical player, and Greer marking Welshman right now. Ovalle switches it out wide, but again, they can't get it to McGovern. That's 2 balls they've tried to switch that have been under hit. But again, possession kept by the Monarchs. Don't have the numbers in front of us. Maybe we'll get them at halftime, but it's got to be about 70-30 right now, possession for Salt Lake.
Yeah, and they talked in this week in press conferences with the coaching staff. They're willing to forfeit that possession as long as they create more goal-scoring opportunities than the Monarchs.
Freddie Juarez again up directing traffic. Monarchs give it away. Harada can't control it. They'll play it all the way back to Oswald. Neither keeper has been overly busy tonight. The chances that have come on both ends have been denied by either shots wide or a good defensive play by a defender in back. Here's Velasco. Out wide, Arnaud. Velasco punches it forward. Oriana on it, flag up, offside, Monarchs.
I was wondering why it took a little bit for the assistant referee to raise his flag there. It looked like Oriana was coming back to the ball, starting in offside position. There's been moments we talked about, Bill, that entry ball from Copeland, overlapping run from Riley McGovern, that they're not able to find the connecting pass. If they just fine-tune some of these, they could find a way into the box and create goal-scoring opportunities.
Bader will put it back in play for the Switchbacks. Knocks it high and long, trying to find Gonzalez, couldn't. Christian comes, wins it back. Switchbacks have a little All Blacks look about them. They play a little rugby from time to time here at Rio Tinto Stadium. Ball knocked out wide. Vercolone, who's been relatively quiet here tonight for a guy that's kind of the central piece of that offense.
He had the one chance that Orozco took away from him, but other than that, he's given up possession more often than he usually does in games.
Ball flicked on and played all the way back to Oswald. 26th minute, 0-0. Switchbacks and Real Monarchs.
You look at the pressure of the Switchbacks, and they know exactly where to go from the switch. The problem is that they face is when they play that entry ball right into the forward's foot and they're facing their own goal. That's where you've seen disorganization and a bit of a panic in the switching. But this side-to-side stuff they're okay with.
I want to remind you can become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Visit the USL on Facebook and become a fan. Bill Riley, Sean Bly-Miller with you here from Rio Tinto Stadium. Home of the Monarchs and Real Salt Lake, 27th minute, 0-0. Orozco rolls it out wide. Velasco with McGovern making a run forward. Velasco finally plays it back to Ovalle. Top of the box. Shot attempted, shot deflected, corner kick coming. Second corner tonight coming for the Monarchs. As Oriana had a look at it, defender got a piece, we'll have a corner kick.
That was good patience from Oriana. I think he had Velasco streaking or Riley McGovern on that far side, but he elects to have a go, which is fine, earns a corner out of it.
Far side corner. Ricardo Velasco will put it down. 4 assists on the season. Played in, punched away by Bader. Pretty good ball as he lofted it back post looking for Welshman there. Will tee it up on the near sideline and do it again.
Yeah, forces Bader off his line. Uncomfortable position where he's not able to corral it, bring it down. He just has to punch it away. Monarchs are a lot smaller, and you get your back line forward on these set pieces to attack the ball. This will probably be the first time they serve it into the box instead of going short.
Baldine's going to take the near side corner kick this time. And he is taking his time with this. His teammates are going to tire themselves out trying to shed their defenders. Baldine's ready. Puts a right foot to it. In the 6. Sent out by Hirata backside. Tracked down by Velasco. Well defended on that far sideline by Phillips. Going to be a throw in.
Illegal throw.
An illegal throw. That's something you'd expect to see in youth soccer. I don't think I've seen that called at this level or MLS ever.
Me neither.
Burt plays it in. Physical play there, and good step by Celestino to get it back for the Monarchs. Bercolone. Argueta. Christian. Gonzalez near side. Plays it back to Phillips, who rolls it back to Bader.
This is the longest possession streak we've seen from the Switchbacks so far. And they forfeit that on the long ball from Josh Phillips. Just goes right into Eric Oswald.
'31st minute. Zero. Oswald looking for Welshman. Well done by Emery there. Velasco takes it down. Ovalle near side. Arnaud knocks it into space. Oriana's going to try and get on it. Phillips is back, and he'll usher it out of bounds near sideline. Throw in deep in the Colorado end for the Real Monarchs.
That was a good combination, give and go from Oriana and Tyler Unknown, but Josh Phillips read it all the way.
Top of the box, Welshman posting, playing it back out wide. Be tracked there, Baldine. Lucas, left-footed ball through, sent back out. Ovalle tracks it. He'll have a go from distance. Right direction. Too much loft. Goal kick, Colorado.
That's another thing Freddie Juarez mentioned is he liked to see more players shoot for goal. Create those goal-scoring opportunities. Decent look. He's got to just find a way for Ovalle to get this on frame and test Badir.
Gonzalez comes to get it. Monarchs win it back, held in by Hirata. And that's a whistle going against Celestino.
See Emery Welshman tracking back. They don't leave anyone high on this situation. They're getting everyone to defend, either in the wall or marking players in the box.
Hirata will stand over it. Couple of goals, couple of assists this season. Big bodies forward. Hirata plays it in. Punched out by Oswald, held in, played wide. And over the byline it goes for a goal kick.
Harada's been one of those consistent players for the Switchbacks with 1,730 minutes played. He's got 18 shots and 7 of those on goal. Just a seasoned pro.
33rd minute, 0-0. Oswald gets it back from Orozco. And McGovern's touch eludes him on that far sideline. Colorado Springs will have a throw in. How good have the Switchbacks been this year? Pretty good. 12-8-3 overall on the season. Really good. They're along the front range in Colorado Springs, 8-2-2. But to be very honest, Sean, not a bad road record. They've got 4 victories away from home and a draw. They're 4-6-1 away from home. So it's been a pretty solid campaign for the Switchbacks.
They're just 3 points out of first place with Los Dos.
Harada stands over this free kick, 38 yards out. Juarez barking instructions. Top of the box. Gonzalez gets a touch. Vercoloni tracking it down. He'll get to it. Play it back out to Harada, who plays it back into the mixer again. Looking back post. Didn't get it there. Good job by Welshman to defend. Let's see if the Monarchs can break out here. They cannot. Good step there by Argata. Kicked out of bounds far sideline before Vercoloni can get there. Throw in Colorado Springs.
If Argeta doesn't make that challenge, Welshman is streaking on the right-hand side of the field. And Oriana, if he breaks that pressure from Argeta, he can slip Emery Welshman on a breakaway.
35th minute, 0-0. Far side throw in, Switchbacks. In it comes, takes a hop right into Orozco's chest. He'll take a touch and 2 and cleared out that far side. Touch last by Colorado Springs. That's going to be a throw in. Riley McGovern to take the throw in here for the Monarchs. With a lot of the movement that they've had this year along that back line is Oswald not taking any chances. The guy that's really held it down and back this year, making his 18th start tonight's been McGovern. Yeah. Throw in Gonzalez. Finds his man posting up Hoffman. Back toward the spot. Oh, goodness. Celestino breaks it up. Vercoloni was sizing that shot up from the spot. Flag up far sideline. Good save by Oswald nonetheless. But there were about 3 Switchbacks in an offside position right there.
Well, you were exactly right, Bill. Vercoloni just was lining his shot up. His eyes were on the ball, and good thing that Celestino just jumps to meet the ball at a higher point than Lucas Vercoloni's wanting the ball to fall so he can have a full volley. But Celestino meets it right about Vercoloni's head height.
Here comes that counter again. Vercoloni into the box, looking there for Seth. And he overshot it. Goal kick coming here.
A little bit of a collision at midfield between Josh Phillips and Celestino. Celestino coming up a little limp.
Available on the bench tonight for Freddie Juarez.
Yeah.
Alex Sunley, Tavares, Baumgartner, Jordan Morrell, Victor Rodriguez, all available and in the 18.
I imagine Eti Tavares will come on probably for Velasco on one of the sides.
We've seen that before. He's whether starting or coming off the bench, and I think even Freddie's probably figured this out, but Tavares is a really good energy guy coming off that bench. He's made 9 starts this year, but boy, when you bring his speed in at this altitude, now altitude's not going to have an effect tonight because Colorado Springs actually plays at a higher altitude, but against most squads, bringing Tavares' pace in the second half really big.
Right. And with the Switchbacks pressing so high and the Monarchs finding the space out wide in this opening half, that's really where Tavares lives and breathes. But you also have Edgar Duran from the academy, 22 goals and 45 appearances with the academy. Be exciting to see what he can offer at this level in USL.
Bader kicks it into the Monarchs bench. That's going to be a throw-in. Arnone will take it. 39th minute, still 0-0. And Velasco making his run at 3 defenders. He's going to need some help. Finally backs it out. Those red jerseys get forward. Back it comes Ovalle. Celestino's come up with a couple of big defensive plays tonight. Keep the Switchbacks off the board. Out wide, Velasco. And now Colorado Springs getting compact again.
Yeah, they got 10 guys behind the ball.
Back to Ovalle. Baldin. Out wide, McGovern. Running at his defender. Into the 18, McGovern. Tries to play it across. Well defended by Burt, but another corner kick coming. Corner kick number 4 on the way here for the Monarchs.
And you like to see Riley McGovern taking on his defender, Jordan Burt, forcing him into hitting this over the inline for a corner kick. And when you're isolated 1v1 like that, you want someone to have that ingenuity to and that courage to go 1v1 against the defender.
Let's see what Ricardo can do here with this service. 40th minute, set piece opportunity, Monarchs in a 0-0 match. Velasco in, couldn't beat the first man. Christian nods it out. And that whistle goes against Colorado Springs. We'll remind you to follow USL at USL on Twitter to become a league insider. Join club conversations and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. That's at USL on Twitter. Baldin will take this free kick. 32, 33 yards out. To the left of Bader, the keeper.
Good spot. Can they lose their marks and just get a touch, a little flick towards goal?
Baldin plays in, middle of the box. Loose in front, off the post! Oh, it's off the post! Copeland nearly had one. Back out of Valle, clipped back in again. Flag stays down, goal kick coming.
Stoppage from the center referee, Ahmed Sadehi, but oh my goodness, Copeland, diving header, just commits himself and just puts it right on that post. Not far from being in the back of the net.
What an attempt, great service by Baldin. And Darian Copeland darn near opened his scoring account for the season. Hard done by the post. Bader puts it back in play, 42nd minute. That is twice tonight. The Monarchs have been really close, and here they come again. Across it comes, great slide tackle by Greer. Oriana trying to shed Greer. Greer defends it well twice. Finally cleared out by Arata. Sent back in Copeland. Welshman flicks it on, but nobody there. But the keeper, Bader. Flicked on and back by Orozco, all the way back to Oswald.
I want to go back to that chance from Oriana. He looks to go play Emery Welshman, he was wide open, but you have J.J. Greer reading it all the way. I think if he maybe has a shot on goal, Emery Welshman can get on the deflection. Positive opportunities in these last minutes.
Yeah, I was about to say the last 5 minutes have been very, very bright here for the Monarchs. Copeland's got it near side. Sun setting to the west here in Salt Lake City tonight. Lights are on here at Rio Tinto Stadium. Center circle. Baldine. Lucas picks his head up, lofts one ahead. Oriana. Phillips back to defend. Ball hung just a little too long that time, gave Phillips a chance to recover. Here's an opportunity, though. Velasco toward the byline. Centers it back across, in front, shot, and a goal! It's Emery Welshman! And it's 1-0 Monarchs in the 44th minute, late first half.
Well, you love the work. You love the work from Velasco to keep this in. Looked like his touch was a bit heavy, taking him over the end line, but he cuts it back across. And Lucas Baldine just gets a toe poke right to Emery Welshman, who takes a good preparation touch to turn his defender and just has the goalkeeper to beat and just buries it, slots it to that near post.
Well, Sean, they've been building toward this. The last 10 minutes, they've created some really nice chances, and right there, Welshman didn't miss that time. He missed earlier, didn't miss that time.
Yeah, I love the combination player from those three attacking players. Lucas Baldine has had a fantastic first half. He gets the assist on that goal.
Fourth on the season for Welshman. Here comes Colorado Springs. Takes a deflection wide. And they'll have their first corner of the match. Hoffman had a go at it from right up top of the box. And as we play into the 45th minute, Colorado Springs will try to level this match late.
Do not concede. Secure the 1-0 advantage.
Ball lofted toward the back of the 18. Christian gets a touch to it, can't keep it on. Argueta back into the box. Players slipping and falling everywhere. Gonzalez tracks it down. He'll play it back in again. In front, header, big save! And a shot to follow and a goal! It's a goal! Hoffman off the deflection. It was a great initial save by Oswald. But the Switchbacks, after going down a goal moments ago, level the match as we hit first half stoppage time.
Not even a full minute later do they get the goal. But you saw in the kickoff, they were coming right at them. They were going direct and finding a way to get a goal-scoring opportunity before this half ends.
Well, you can't put that one on Oswald. He came up with a great save and parried it away, but you had Hoffman standing all by himself unmarked about 7 yards out, and he didn't miss with the left foot. Chandler Hoffman's second goal on the season, and we're level as we play late here in the first half. Look out, here comes Hoffman again. Back out wide. Vercoloni. Back top of the box. Harada into Hoffman. Double teamed in front. Oh, side netting. Goodness, Hoffman didn't give up on that ball. I'll tell you what, there's your first half whistle. We played 45 minutes of soccer. But that goal, while it was terrific for the Monarchs, may have woken up the Switchbacks as well. End-to-end soccer in the final dying moments of the first half here at Rio Tinto Stadium. The goal by Welshman, the equalizer by Hoffman. Sean, I've got to say, I think we may have an exciting second 45 minutes of soccer here tonight. What about you?
Yeah, both teams are starting to create opportunities late in that half. They're trying to find the spaces that will create those chances, and we saw that in the closing 10 minutes. We'll see more of that in the second half for sure.
Well, they'll march some folks out, have some halftime festivities here, and then the teams will head to the locker room, regroup, and we'll have 45 more minutes of soccer coming up. We'll take a quick break here at Rio Tinto Stadium. When we come back, give you a little halftime report, get you ready for the second half. It's the Monarchs 1 and the Switchbacks 1.
Kennecott. We invite you to take a closer look at RioTintoKennecott.com. By Corner Bakery Cafe. Come get a taste of what's happening at your corner. By Life Vantage, helping people achieve health, wealth, and personal freedom. And the famous Budweiser beer, brewed the hard way, the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, fast finish. This Bud's for you. This halftime report brought to you by Rio.
And the Colorado Switchbacks won. I'm Bill Riley, Sean Blymiller with me here at the half. And Sean, the first 30, 35 minutes of the half were pretty laid back, pretty settled in. Neither team created a ton of options in the offensive third. What happened over those last 10 minutes? Because we get 2 goals and a number of opportunities.
There's 2 ways to break down the opponent's defense and beat defenders. Number one, we saw from the entry ball that we highlighted is a ball that beats defenders with a pass. Darian Copeland played into Oriana, who then forced the Switchbacks in facing their own goal and defending running backwards. The other way is on the dribble. We've seen a couple of chances where Velasco or Riley McGovern get isolated 1v1 out wide, and they beat their defender on the dribble. So those 2 that you need to have more of.
The Monarchs' goal was created by Velasco into Baldine, but Welshman, who had a couple of looks in the first half, was right place, right time, and didn't miss on that third opportunity.
No, he didn't. He does well to hold his defender off. There's multiple parts where you get to the right spot, you hold off your defender, your prep touch is good, and then the quality finish to the lower corner.
So we're at halftime now. It's 1-1. Both teams have adjustments to make. Normally you talk about altitude playing a role in the second half. That won't be the case tonight. Both these teams well fit and well trained at altitude. What's Freddie Juarez telling his team right now?
He's got to find ways in behind the defense. I think you will see Eti Tavares, like we mentioned, come off the bench. How can you break the pressure? Look at opportunities. Lucas Baldine's done well where he checks into space and he plays 1-2 touch off of the entry ball, and it forces them to run backwards and retreat.
On the other side, Colorado Springs comes in here having scored a ton of goals this year. They've got a lot of firepower. What do you expect them to do? And do we expect a wide-open second half? Do we expect more of what we saw in the final 10 minutes of the half in the second 45?
I think they'll both come out very conservative, but you got Saeed Robinson coming off the bench for the Switchbacks extremely fast. They've got a lot of threat going forward.
So we'll see what happens here in the second 45 minutes. If the last 10 minutes were any indication, we should have a fun second 45 minutes of soccer here between Real Monarchs and the Switchbacks. And don't forget, coming up on Friday night, Sounders 2 will be here, and we'll have that broadcast for you as well. Halftime score here at Rio Tinto Stadium. It's 1-1 between Real Monarchs and the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. We're back in just a bit. And back at Rio Tinto Stadium, drums being played by the youngins here tonight. Hoping to make some sweet music here in the second half of the Real Monarchs. It's a 1-1 game as they'll play the second 45 with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks coming up here momentarily. Bill Riley, Sean Blymiller with you here for the second 45 tonight. Sean, we'll be back here on Friday night when Sounders 2 come rolling into town, won't we?
We will. The Switchbacks and Sounders 2 were just playing last week. Sounders winning that game 3-1. They just signed a forward, Olex Anderson, extremely fast. He scored one of the goals. Switchbacks went up 1-0 at halftime, and then gave up 3 goals to lose that game and drop points. Now they sit even. Sounders FC 2 are at 39 points. Switchbacks are at 39 points. So it'll be interesting to see how these games play out because playoff picture is looming.
Well, we've got 45 minutes to play here. Both teams look better over the final 10 minutes of the first half. What kind of adjustment or what kind of an effort are you expecting coming out of the locker here from Freddie's team?
It'll be interesting to see. I know that they want to score more goals and create goal-scoring opportunities, and they found that space and they found those opportunities late in the game where they took a little bit more risk in the entry balls and the balls going forward. The start of the match, we saw them be a little bit conservative, keep the ball in their own half, and try to find the spaces that they could exploit. It'll be interesting to see if they try to attack those same areas at the start of the second half.
Well, I think we would have probably seen a second half sub had the fortune over the last 5 minutes not changed. Maybe out of the locker room, we've seen Eddie Tavares as a halftime sub before, but I think based on what he saw, at least on the offensive end, Sean, I'm sure he wasn't very pleased with how his team gave up the goal in the final moments, but I think based upon what he saw, he's probably staying with these guys at least for the first 10, 15 minutes to see what they might be able to do coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, there's a lot of positives in the closing 10 minutes. Not only the goal, they created a couple other opportunities for themselves, so they've earned the right to keep themselves on the field for a bit longer.
Ready to go here in the second half. Home red, visitors in black tonight. Colorado Springs will move left to right across your screen and your radio dial this evening. If you're listening in on our flagship radio home, ESPN 700. And we'll see what the Monarchs are able to do in front of the home crowd here tonight in Salt Lake City. Great to have you in as we're underway here in the second half. Velasco had some dangerous opportunities here on the near sideline, pressuring the ball. Switchbacks. And there's Velasco kicking it out of bounds into that Colorado Springs bench. Seth playing forward, found by Orozco, who really had a nice first half.
Goal-saving tackle on Bercoloni's chance earlier in the first half.
Whistle and a foul against the Monarchs as Gonzalez goes down. Set piece opportunity coming about 35 yards out. First minute of the second half, 46th overall. Hirata will take it.
Switchbacks have been very direct already in this opening 60 seconds. Their ball's going forward.
Two-man wall in front of Hirata. Big bodies forward. He'll play this thing into the mixer and see if somebody can get on the end of it. Line drive in. Loose in front. One hopper up to Oswald. Did find a switchback on the end of it. Initially, I didn't think the service was great. Here's a long ball forward. Oriana's on his horse, but even he's not quick enough to get there.
That's a good look from Oswald if he puts it a bit wider where Oriana he can get to it.
Doubled up here on the near sideline. Seth. They'll say touch last by the Switchbacks out of bounds. Tell you what, between Seth up top and Hoffman, you've got two really big bodies in this Colorado Springs attack. Burt to Hoffman. Hoffman wide of the area now in. Hoffman to his left. Good slide tackle again. Shot from distance. High and above by Hirata that time.
Good thing that Hirata is not able to really test Oswald on this shot. Just hits it high and wide and doesn't really get over the top of the ball. Is leaning back as he strikes the ball.
Oswald will put it back in play and play it short to Orozco. Back to Oswald, 48th minute, 1-1. Both wins this season have come right here at Rio Tinto Stadium. 2, 3, and 5 at home are the Monarchs.
Some of those ties they wish they could have turned into wins here at home, taking advantages, early advantages on some of those.
Ovalle, halfway line. Flips it forward, Welshman. Welshman trying to get around Phillips. Phillips tugging on that jersey. And a corner kick. Well done there. Welshman knew he wasn't going to be able to get around Phillips, so he just kicked it off him out of bounds. Corner kick number 5 of the match, number 1 here in the second half for the Monarchs.
Well, Welshman does it extremely well to hold Phillips on. So Phillips is not giving up, not forfeiting the dangerous real estate behind him. He's forcing Emery Welshman out wide, but Emery Welshman is doing well to keep the ball on his foot and not allowing Phillips to come in and win the ball and go the other way. That's why he wins this corner kick here.
Far side corner. Baldine puts it down. Lucas had the assist on the first half goal. He'll play this one in toward the top of the 6. Loose in front, poked away by Bader. Oh, goodness. A second corner kick coming for the Monarchs. That was nearly 2-1.
You see the replay here. Elevation, is that from Copeland again? Unlucky 2 opportunities on headers from Copeland that just barely missed the mark.
Well, that one just hung after he headed it. The first one hit the post. Here's Baldine again. Lucas in. Again, top of the 6. Welshman there, as well as Celestino. Christian clears it. Velasco tracks it down. Ricardo with Christian in front. Tries to get away toward the byline. And they're going to say touch last by Velasco. Or are they?
I thought he whistled for a goal kick.
Yeah, he pointed toward the goal, but it's going to be I thought he missed that because Christian definitely touched it last, but he didn't point toward the corner, did he?
No, he pointed to a goal kick.
Let's see if the Monarchs can take advantage.
Oh,
Third corner.
Even a foul.
Oh, it was a foul. Gotcha. He didn't point like it was a foul either. Short corner here for Baldine. Doesn't like something that he's seen, some of that action inside the 6. Short corner for Lucas. Line drive, back post. Welshman! Oh, he almost had a brace. Couldn't get it inside the post. Goal kick coming, Colorado Springs. Put back quickly in play by Bader.
There's the replay, just barely wide. He's not able to torque his body enough to get it back towards the goal frame.
Ovalle, center of the park. Velasco wants McGovern to make a run. McGovern just stayed put and got the ball. Up ahead, Baldine. Weaving in and out of traffic. Near side, McGovern. Back to Baldine. Out wide, Velasco. He's running at Burt. Velasco, touch got away from him. Now a tug and a whistle and a foul on Velasco.
It's good help from Vercoloni to come right over to help provide support to Jordan Burt. Velasco had him isolated, and if it wasn't for Vercoloni coming in and taking that pressure, Velasco might have a shot with his right foot.
High and long, Bader. Flicked on nicely by Seth toward the corner flag. Hoffman there. Defender back, Orozco. 53rd minute. 1-1. Welshman. And that foul's going to go against Greer. Quick restart. Velasco to Baldine. He'll overlap and get it back. Welshman, top of the box, has a go! And didn't miss by much. Oh, Emery Welshman feeling it here tonight.
Oh, that almost is destined for that far post, but again, the entry ball is what creates this opportunity. If you see this ball pinged in by Lucas Baldine, he's out wide and he beats two defenders with this slotted ball right into Emery Welshman's foot, where he's able to take a touch and turn and have a shot on goal.
54th minute. Monarchs have come out with a little fire here in the second half. There's Gonzalez. Phillips makes the switch near side to Burt. He'll nod it forward. Seth takes it down, plays it in. There's Vercolone, and he hits the top netting. Collision with the keeper. Vercolone down. Oswald down.
We'll see where the collision took place. It looked like he grabbed his head right off the bat, but looks like he's getting up. He'll be okay.
Whew. That was dangerous. That was a pretty ball in that time from Seth.
Well, it all starts because Riley McGovern comes and puts the pressure on Mike Seth. Seth flicks it on, and then the Monarchs are all in retreat mode. Hoffman almost gets on the end of it.
Back in play, 55th minute. I want to remind you, Nike's a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. That's Nike Soccer on Twitter, proud partner of the USL. Bill Riley, Sean Bly-Miller. Wednesday night from Rio Tinto Stadium in Salt Lake City. 1-1 between the Monarchs and the Switchbacks. Mike Seth taken down, and we might get a booking here. Seth is down. That was a bit of a reckless challenge. A lot of the ball that time by Fido Avalle, but he got a lot of Mike Seth too.
Anytime you expose the bottom of your boot.
Oh man, that could very easily be a red. He showed his studs on that play.
And if
certainly could be a yellow, and I don't think we've seen. I haven't seen the card come out yet.
Anytime the studs are exposed and they're at the ball height or higher, which you'll see in this tackle, you're inviting the referee to give you at least a caution.
Just a foul, and Christian will stand over it.
No card given.
Christian plays it in, back post, looking for Greer. Across it comes, and in! Oh, they'll say the flag is up. And the Monarchs dodge a bullet. It looked like Greer had found the net instead. The flag comes up, and it stays 1-1.
Riley McGovern's on the inside goal side of J.G. Greer, but finds the head over the top because Greer stands so much taller. But this assistant referee is saying that Greer was in the offside position. Fortunate enough for the Monarchs, keep this scoreline 1-1.
Near sideline, Riley McGovern. Taken away, Vercolone. Centrally now for Hoffman. Oh, goodness. Copeland there to clean it up. Now all of a sudden a little momentum on the side of the Switchbacks.
Nice pirouette from Hoffman to turn. His touch just a little bit heavy. If it's a neater touch closer in, he could have a breakaway between him and Oswald.
Taken down by Burt. Tried to play at top of the box, given away. Argueta's got it. Now Gonzalez. Back in space, Arata. 1-1, 57th minute. And here on the near sideline, Mike Seth couldn't keep it in. Throw in Monarchs. Throwing again, Monarchs. Up over the top it comes. Oriana in. Welshman couldn't get there. Cleared by Greer. Great job by Celestino.
He's just fully committed himself into that tackle to win the header.
Copeland gets it back from Ovalle. Orozco long, McGovern not going to be able to get there, but that's not bad. Height, width, and distance that time. It's going to be a throw in deep here for Colorado Springs.
Well, Riley McGovern kind of hesitated in his run. If he had kept on pace with his strides the same way he was going, he might have found his foot.
Copeland's got it back across midfield. Welshman posting. Take it back away by the switchbacks, and there's Welshman running up the backside of Harada and committing the foul. A little frustration there, I think, by Emery when he lost that ball.
Yeah, he's posting up against 3 defenders. His touch just lets him down and puts it right into pressure for Harada to come and take it away. I think if Welshman just takes another step without making contact with Harada, he wins this fairly, but bumps before he wins possession.
Ball flicked back to Oswald. Played an hour of soccer. Each side has scored once. A half hour remains. Will we see a breakthrough here? Harada, Mike Seth, back to Burt. Argueta to Phillips. Monarchs having to chase a little bit now. Christian. Argueta getting into the attack. Gets it back again. Shot off his teammate's head. Well defended, I guess. Orozco now. He'll switch it out wide.
This game getting a little bit more stretched. Both teams pressing for moments at a time. Good string of passes and connecting of sorts.
And that ball goes behind McGovern. I'll say this, McGovern and Velasco have not been on the same page. There's been a lot of animated hand gesturing and nodding of the heads and eye rolling between those two so far here this evening in the second half, especially up this near side channel.
It's just timing. It's knowing when to release the ball, when to make the runs, and neither of them are figuring that out with one another. Whether it's checking to the ball, making the run over the top.
Copeland scissors it out right to Harada. And taken back again, Baldine's got it. Greer getting back, Welshman turning on the Jets, and Greer not taking any chances, kicks it into the second row.
A lot of this game is reading cues, Bill, so your teammate on the ball, you have to allow them time to play a ball. So if their preparation touch is bigger, you know that they have more time and vision of where they can play. So it's figuring out when to make the runs, when to check into the space. And that's where McGovern and Velasco are just not connecting at the moment.
Celestino rolls it back into the center circle now for Copeland. All the way back now, and the Monarchs will reset. '63rd minute at Rio Tinto Stadium. USL matchup between the Real Monarchs and Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Tied at 1. Hoffman's got the Colorado Springs goal. Welshman has the Monarchs goal. Here's McGovern with his coach to his left. Flips it in and over the top. Headed back. Velasco onto it. Cuts it back top of the box. Baldine, shot, goal! It's a brace for Welshman! Baldine's got 2 assists, Welshman's got 2 goals, and it's 2-1 Monarchs.
Well, you said it best there, Bill. It's the same combination. Lucas Baldine combines with Emery Welshman. On this touch from Baldine on the top of the 18, you thought he was going to have a go. His touch kind of gets away from him, but he's able to get around the defenders and then just slot a ball for Emery Welshman just to have a touch for an easy little finish. But this all starts from the entry ball from McGovern to Velasco. We were highlighting that they hadn't figured it out yet. They hadn't figured out the timing. But this ball from McGovern over the top to Velasco is perfect, and that's what creates this opportunity. Velasco gets behind, cuts it across. Baldine is at the top of the 18, beats his defenders, cuts it across again, and Emery Welshman has the finish.
So now the Switchbacks will have to chase it as we get a little bit later here in the second half. The last goal by the Monarchs ignited them. And the Monarchs find their shape defensively here. Well done in back, and it looks like Velasco's down. Is that Ricardo?
I believe so.
Took a nasty knock there as he cleared that ball wide to Riley McGovern. 65th minute.
This is just going to stretch the game more so because the Switchbacks cannot afford to drop points. They at the very least have to get 1 point from this match in order to stay at the top seeding contention for the playoffs. So is that going to leave space for the Monarchs to really get in behind and maybe get a third?
High and long. Welshman can't get on the end of it. Velasco chases. Throw in deep for Colorado Springs. Burt throws into his keeper, Bader. Phillips probes forward. Good pressure and back by Welshman. Now Greer makes a big switch wide. Christian trying to get there. Well read in back that time. Chris Christian, just his 4th match for the Switchbacks this year.
Yeah, coming over from Atlanta Silverbacks. NASL. Eric Winaldo coaching that team for some period.
Silverbacks eliminated Real Salt Lake from the U.S. Open Cup a year ago. On a hot night in suburban Atlanta, this ball played in, flicked on. Good read by Oswald to come off his line. If he doesn't get a piece of that, Hoffman might have his second.
Well, and here's the break I was talking about.
And that foul on Harada.
Harada doesn't foul here. You've got 4 or 5 Switchbacks players behind the ball, or sorry, in front of the ball, creating space for the Monarchs to go at.
Back in play, Celestino. Good step and a break up by Greer. Hoffman. Out to Gonzalez, who's been quiet here in the second half. Gonzalez ahead. Bercoloni in. Good read. And a clearance by Baldine. Back it comes. Argueta.
Good win from McGovern.
Yeah, McGovern got there before Seth could get his turn.
It's important for the Monarchs now to take care of the ball. You can have the ball in your own half at this point. You're up 2-1. You force the the Switchbacks to come and get it. Even it doesn't matter where on the field. Get them as stretched as possible. So maybe you can take another punch in behind.
McGovern forward. Well done and back by Burt. Hirata relieves the pressure back to Phillips. 68th minute as we get later here tonight, 2-1. Monarchs looking for just their 3rd win of the season. The first two have come here at home. Baldin center circle, back to Ovalle. Make it Celestino, now to Ovalle. Welshman loses his footing, gets back up. Greer back, left-footed ball in. Just a little bit of a late run that time by Oriana. You wonder if Tavares might be the guy they bring in here to get that dagger. Here's a long run up that far sideline. Gonzalez, top of the box, Gonzalez. Gonzalez getting to his right. Gonzalez has a go. Well defended him back that time. Out of bounds, touched last by the Monarchs. And here comes the sub.
This is the sub I was mentioning at halftime. Saeed Robinson. He's played 17 games, 3 goals, 1 assist on the year, and he has some wheels. He's extremely fast. Looks like Mike Seth will be making the way on this right-hand side, and I'll tell you what, that's going to be a lot for Riley McGovern to handle for this closing 20 minutes.
So we'll keep an eye on the wheels of Robinson here, who checks in the 70th minute. Three goals and an assist on the season. Here's a shot, top of the box. Oh my goodness. Argueta had a wide open look at it and couldn't keep it on frame. Real's very fortunate there as that ball bent wide.
There's been a couple of chances. Hirata had a similar location that he hit high. Monarchs cannot keep giving opportunities such as that, or else they will take advantage of that.
Oswald to put it back in play. Gonna have another Colorado Springs substitution coming shortly, as well as a Monarchs sub. Here's Robinson getting his first touch. Up ahead, Hoffman. Room to run. Hoffman, left-footed, drive wide. Takes a deflection and a corner kick coming. Too much space out front. That's 2 drives in a row. Last 2 trips down for the Switchbacks. Been a lot of room out front. Burt coming out. They're going to pull a defender off here, go 3 in the back.
Like I mentioned, they
And Nate Robinson on.
They cannot afford to give up points this game.
So you've had a pair of Robinsons on, Saeed and now Nate on here for the Switchbacks. Celestino down for Real Monarchs.
One thing that Steve Tritchu said after post-game against the Sounders too, he said their energy in the first half was very good, and then the second half, if he could have made 9 changes, he would have made 9 changes. So he's going to the bench early. I don't imagine that will be his last change, especially if the result stays the same right now, 2-1. He'll continue to make changes, try to add in energy.
Alex Sunley will be coming on momentarily for the Monarchs. Want to remind you, all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with USL on the YouTube channel today. 72nd minute, 2-1 Monarchs here Rio Tinto Stadium. Into the mixer it comes. Christian scissors across, in front, shot. Big save by Oswald. Greer didn't get much on it, but it looked like it might be bound for that far post, but Oswald, long and lanky, fell on that ball, falling to his right.
Yeah, it looked like he got half of the ball in his turn and shot. If he gets all of it, that's going to the far post, making it harder.
Greer battling with Welshman in back. Welshman around, Welshman in. Emery Welshman sends it out for a corner. Greer on a good recovery run, but you see the speed and craftiness of Emery Welshman in back.
Well, not only that, to hold off J.J. Greer. J.J. Greer is a big man, and Emery Welshman does well to just create this base and hold him off. And even get into the box after he's been fouled 3-4 times.
Sunley in, Celestino out here in the 73rd minute and a corner kick. It's going to be corner kick number 8 here in the match for the Monarchs. Celestino taking his time, Sunley in. Alec making his 21st appearance on the season. Near side corner, Monarchs. In it comes, couldn't beat the first man. Monarchs keeping the final third. All the way back it comes. Arnone, whose name we have not called but once here in the second half.
This is what you want to hear for an outside back. Just do your job to seal off their attacking players, especially when they're playing 3 up front.
Halfway line. Now McGovern. Up ahead, Velasco. Around his man, Velasco. Left-footed ball in, headed out. Right back to Velasco. Now to McGovern. He'll pound it back in again and send it out by Christian. A quarter hour of soccer remains. Can the Monarchs find the dagger or hold on here for a 2-1 win? Out of bounds touch last by Colorado Springs.
Highlight real material from Velasco on this near side to beat Nate Robinson with a nutmeg on the sideline. Just unfortunate not to find the entry ball into the box.
Will tug on the jersey there. Oriana gets in around his man, and Phillips goes to ground to defend it, but another corner kick coming. 5th here in the second half and 9th in the match for the Monarchs. Eti Tavares at the next dead ball will be the next substitution for Freddie Juarez. Baldin takes his time getting to the far side corner. 2 bodies placed inside the 6, everybody else in the area. Baldin plays in, line drive again, couldn't beat the first man. Bercolone. Look out. Look out. Here comes Robinson. Black jersey's back with him. Robinson, step over, plays it across, poorly done. Monarchs fortunate there. Robinson, who had speed on his side, pulled up, did a step over, and then didn't hit it well enough. He had Hoffman making that run.
Yeah, if he forces Ovalle to come over and pressure him on the ball, because he had a free lane to goal, but Monarchs were retreating, making sure to mark and track Hoffman, who was the highest player.
Coming back to get it, Gonzalez. Running at the defense, nobody stopping. Harada. All the way back to Christian, 77th minute. Center circle now, Greer. Near sideline it comes to Robinson.
Good step from Copeland.
Bercolone does a good job to get in the middle of that too, and there's a whistle and a foul on Ovalle. Cards have stayed in the pocket tonight. Quick restart here by Colorado Springs and dug out by Fido. Ooh, goodness, that's a reckless challenge. And an awkward fall there, but based on a referee's decisions tonight, that wasn't going to be a foul either.
Has not reached to his pocket as of yet.
Another sub coming in here for the Monarchs. Tavares in and Oriana out.
Oriana had a very positive first half, and his legs have tired maybe a bit in the second half. It hasn't seen as much of the ball. More of the attack has come through this side with Velasco and Riley McGovern.
And this is the man right here, not Oriana, who's making a slow walk to the sideline, but the man checking in for him, Eddie Tavares. He's the guy that can really put pressure now when this field gets stretched, as Colorado Springs begins to take maybe some chances here in the final 13 and change, Sean. Tavares can make you pay.
He really can. He's got a couple goals on the year, and that's exactly what you want to see him do in this match. He's there to stretch the back line of the Switchbacks. If he gets a chance, he's got to take it. He's got to bag a goal to take this advantage to a 3-1 if he can.
McGovern wheeling and dealing around the two defenders, and again, you got the thumbs up that time from Velasco, but again, they still weren't necessarily on the same page.
Yeah, he's pointing to Ovalle that he could play him early simple, so he's not having to turn his defender, and then Ovalle can find Velasco after that.
Bader out of his box, plays it high and long. Sent back by Velasco. Good step by Greer. And out of bounds off of Robinson. Throw in McGovern as we enter the 80th minute here at Rio Tinto Stadium. Welshman up the near sideline. Gets a turn on Greer. Can he get around Greer? He cannot.
It's almost
needed about another foot of byline to get around him that time.
Yeah, it's almost a wrestling match between these two. If you see the tugging and pulling, it's all very tight. It's kind of disguised to the referee, but J.J. Greer tugging on Emery Welshman. Emery Welshman just holding off J.J. Greer, using his body very well.
Here's Robinson. Now it's the Monarchs who are getting compact behind. Out wide to Christian. Wanted to serve that in with his left, but a good job by Tavares to close down the space. And now a giveaway. Ooh. Dangerous play by a Welshman as he backed up into Phillips that time. Here's J.J. Greer. He'll try a switch out wide. That one's successful. Finds Gonzalez. And the flag up. Finally a successful switch out wide to that far side, but his man in an offside position.
It's just good work from Tyler Arnone, staying with his center backs. Sometimes when you're on that flank, it's hard to step at the right time, especially when you have an outside midfielder pressing high.
Another sub here. Colorado Springs, Martin Mabin in the 81st. Harada done for the night.
Mabin with 3 goals and an assist on the season. He's very strong on the ball. Another attack-oriented or attack-minded substitution.
Here's Robinson. Up ahead to Robinson. Cuckoo Kachu. Here's Riley McGovern. Riley looking and finally finds Velasco. That might be the first successful pass the two of them have completed tonight. And then it's kicked out of bounds, touched last by Velasco.
Substitution for your Real Monarchs.
And another substitution coming in. Welshman's night done. Nothing but success here tonight for Emery. He came in with 3 goals. He'll leave tonight with 5. And maybe the game winner.
He's done his job and almost doubled his goal tally on the season. He had a couple more on top of the 2 goals, 2 other clear chances that could have easily turned into goals as well, but good for him to add to his goal tally on the year. Garrett Losey will enter the match and be that target player to hold up play and keep possession for longer spells and connecting more passes in a row.
Possession's the key now for the Monarchs. Losey in, Welshman out. Here's Phillips. Long ball up that far sideline. Not quite sure who he was trying to find. He'll track it back. Taken down by Velasco. Losing. Out wide near side McGovern. A lot of green for Riley McGovern. Toward the byline he comes, crosses in. Sent right back out again by Phillips. Robinson with a big long switch out wide. Trying to find Gonzalez, and he couldn't get a touch to it.
Just took a funny hop over Gonzalez's head to go over for a throw-in. One thing I want to highlight, Velasco does well to cover for McGovern here. McGovern's streaking forward, and Velasco goes in and fills that hole to make sure they don't leave any gaps for the counterattack.
Streaking forward, Tavares. Eddie in. Sent out again by Robinson. To Robinson. Good read and an intercept. Good pressure here by the Monarchs. Baldin can't get it into the area. Robinson breaks out and away. This could be trouble. Vercoloni. Wide Gonzalez. Gonzalez, Vercoloni in. To his left. Back out to Robinson. Clips it, tries to get it far side, and well read by McGovern. Hoffman. Left-footed ball, back post. Robinson on the end, couldn't get there. Ovalle defends it well. Now Tavares clears near midfield.
Losi uses his body well, but again, to go back, Tyler Arnone got forward. This is where they're attacking now, the last couple of seconds.
And out of bounds far side. Chris Christian will throw in near the corner flag. 85th minute, Monarchs holding that 1-goal lead. I hate to say it, Sean, but you and I have been here a couple of times this year where we reached this point in the match. And it got away from the Monarchs. Let's see if they can hold on here. See if those lessons have been learned.
Yeah, we've seen it far too often. So number one is to secure the lead. You don't need to get a third goal, but if you can, go ahead. But make sure you secure any chances and lock it up in the back line.
Corner kick as it goes off of McGovern. Nate Robinson comes to take it. 86th minute, near side corner. Second of the half here for Colorado Springs. Right-footed ball lofted deep. Christian gets a touch to it. Still in the area. Shot. Big save! Right at Oswald.
It's a good thing that it is right at him, because if this goes to either side, it could be trouble because there's so much traffic. In order for him to react to it would be difficult, but Oswald does well to stay big and hold on to this ball.
Here's a giveaway. Mabin's got it. Martin Mabin takes a shot ill-advised. Not quite sure what he was thinking there.
Oswald just stops that with his foot, takes a couple valuable seconds off the clock.
He had Hoffman making a run to his right, and he chose to shoot it, and that ball was actually way out in front of him when he put a right foot to it.
Yeah, he's not able to connect on all of it and get good velocity.
Ovalle. Fido plays it out wide. Now's when you make the opposing team chase you just a little bit. Here's Tavares. He'll run it. Christian. Two defenders with Eti now. Goes out of bounds off of Colorado Springs. 87th minute. Freddie Juarez will make another substitution.
And this is the
Edgar Duran.
This is the young guy I talked about. He even made SportsCenter's top 10 in the Academy semifinals to get the tying goal late in the game. Shot from top of the 18, and like I said, he has 24 goals and 42 appearances with RSL Academy. Just signed with the Monarchs just a couple weeks ago. Should be exciting to see this young talent.
Just his second appearance in a Monarchs uniform. Lucas Baldin's night is done. And much like Emery Welshman, a well-earned high five from all around down on the sideline. 2 assists tonight for Baldin. 88th minute now. Top of the box, Duran has a go, and he gets it's a side netting. I thought he had the keeper near post. He had it with his right foot. I was ready to explode there. Edgar Duran on the pitch for 10 seconds. Nearly had his account opened.
How great would that have been to have your first touch in this game to seal off the victory at home?
Oh, he almost had it too. He didn't miss by much.
Hits the side netting. Good driven ball. Hits it with good pace. Just not able to find that near corner.
Velasco goes down. Are we finally going to see a booking? We are. We nearly had a whole match go by without a card come out. 89th minute. And we see our first here tonight. Argueta goes in the 89th.
You know, I'm not going to complain too much. Sometimes the referees go to their pocket too early. And I think Ahmed Sadehi's done well to police this game.
He's been fine, and that was yellow worthy, but we've actually seen 2 or 3 other challenges tonight that were far more aggressive than that.
Yeah, I agree.
Jordan Morel about to check in. Velasco will check out here after he takes this set piece. Nope. He'll come out before the set piece. Take off that captain's armband.
Jordan Morel will sure things
Pass it
up.
along to Alex Sunley. Alec will take this set piece, and Morel will come onto the pitch here in the 90th minute. Velasco will take his time coming off.
Morel has played a lot of minutes, 1,006 minutes on the season, so experienced player. Ooh, that one is not far off.
I'm telling you, that's 2 great looks late by the Monarchs here. Maybe a foot wide. Ball flicked on, still a tenuous 2-1 lead. Copeland sends it back the other way. Christian tracks it down, sends it back in. There won't be much time, I can assure you, added here. We've had a goal, but not a ton of injury time. We'll wait on the 4th official as we enter stoppage time momentarily. I take that back. 6 minutes.
Oh my goodness. I don't know where they're getting these 6 minutes from.
I was about to ask you, did I pass out at some point in time in this second half, Sean? 6 minutes of stoppage time?
I mean, we've had a goal in the second half. We've had
one injury situation with Oswald, but
that took about 30 seconds off the clock.
And we just saw our first card moments ago. Okay. We'll play extra soccer here in a minimum of 6 minutes worth. Into the area. Top of the box. Argueta. Falls. In it comes. Gonzalez cleared out nicely by Copeland. I can tell you who's probably not very thrilled with those 6 minutes on the clock, and that's Freddie Juarez.
No, and who would be in this situation? They have done very well to defend, get the goal advantage, but 6 minutes, I've not seen 6 minutes of stoppage in a long time in any match, let alone a match that's had very little stoppage like this one.
Looks like J.J. Greer. Is that who's down?
Is that our, it might be Miguel Gonzalez. Looks like he's grabbing it from the shot attempt.
Yeah,
he took
you're right. It is.
Or it's actually Argueta.
It's Argueta. Hard to see with the numbers down and trainers around. They're calling for the stretcher right now.
He looked like he was lunging to have a shot from the 18, and looks like a muscle strain of some sort.
Yeah, they'll not waste any time on the Colorado Springs bench. Looks like Davey Armstrong's going to check in here for Argueta momentarily. Into our second of a minimum of 6 added here at Rio Tinto Stadium. 2-1 Monarchs as we get late here tonight. Far side throw in Colorado Springs. Going to try the big throw from the far side. Switchbacks will play a man down here at least for a couple of moments. In toward the 6. Well defended, knocked over the end line. That's going to be a corner kick. And Davey Armstrong will check in here as a sub.
Armstrong has an assist on the year. Played in 18 games. Looks like everyone's getting forward.
Armstrong in, everybody forward, even the keeper out of his area and across midfield now for Colorado Springs. Right-footed service, swung in, nodded out, right to Gonzalez. He'll play it back out wide again. It goes back in again. Oswald out of midair, picks it and falls to the ground. Take your time, Eric. Take your time.
He's using all of his frame there to get up and elevate above everyone else to bring this down. But you're right, Bill. He just needs to ice this up, use as much time as the referee will allow.
Look at Tavares turning on the Jets, getting back against Robinson. And that's going to be a foul on Tavares. Interesting. Robinson was leaning on it. Bader's going to put it back in play.
Ball has to be in playing distance. If he's able to reach the ball, it's not a foul. But that ball is about 2-3 yards away from playing distance. I believe that's a foul on Davey Armstrong.
Into our 4th of a minimum of 6 added tonight. Riley McGovern to throw in right in front of the Switchbacks bench. Up the near sideline. Greer's going to let his keeper Bader get it. He'll take a touch and then play it long.
He can serve a ball too, so you want to make sure you clear this out. Good win from Copeland.
Nicely done. Murrell.
And from Losi, putting the pressure on Armstrong, not allowing him to turn and get a look downfield, forcing a throw in to kill a couple more seconds.
Long down the near side. Trying to find Losi, couldn't. Durand giving chase. Christian punches it up ahead. Armstrong's first touch, erratic, and he gives it right back away. Not much time left here. Colorado Springs going to have to hurry, and then they kick it out of bounds.
Tyler Anund does 2 things very well. The first one is the ball's going wide. He comes and clears it out of danger, but he's in a bad spot, vulnerable spot, where he wins the ball and puts it back to the Switchback's foot. Now there's space behind him, and he retreats extremely well to force a bad pass from the Switchbacks for a throw-in.
Into our 6th of 6 added now. Again, it's a minimum of 6. And that whistle going to go against the Monarchs. Or is it? No, I thought he whistled a foul there on Real. Instead of throw. Phillips a bit gimpy getting back now.
Can't be much left, maybe 30 seconds or so.
Referee going to check his watch at least once. Up the near sideline. Tavares goes down. I want to whistle against the Switchbacks, and that should probably do it.
That's a good win from from Tavares. And here we'll see our second card of the game from J.J. Greer after committing the foul. This is where they need to make sure that they shore everything up in the back. They don't need to get numbers forward. As you can see, 6 Monarchs players right about the midfield stripe. You're 2-1 up. Don't allow the counter, just kill the game.
I have to imagine they touch it, put it back in play. That should probably do it. We're beyond the 6 added now. Toward the corner flag they go. Throw in for the Switchbacks. Whistle in the mouth. And a yellow card shown to Real Monarchs.
Tavares.
Time wasting. We didn't see a card for 89 minutes. We've seen 3 or 4 now in the last 6. Christian to throw in. Whistles in the mouth of the referee. And that's that. Here we go. For just the third time this season, Freddie Juarez's team find themselves on the winning end of things here tonight. A tremendous, tremendous effort here this evening by both Emery Welshman and Lucas Baldine. And our final score, the Monarchs 2 and the Colorado Springs Switchbacks 1.
Well, you said it with Lucas Baldine. I would have to say that his success rate on his passes had to be in the high 80s, 80% on connect rate or higher. He did very well to combine, and then finding Emery Welshman for the 2 goals. Those 2 players, outstanding performance. But on top of that, you've got your back line that secure the game. The Monarchs haven't been able to hold the lead late in the game, and tonight they do.
That man, Emery Welshman, our National Guard, man of the match here tonight. He was outstanding and could have very easily had a hat trick. He got himself a brace. He's got 5 on the season now, and make a case for Lucas Baldine as well, because he set both those goals up and was very good with his service and dangerous here tonight. Either way, no matter who you name as man of the match, and again, our National Guard man of the match, Emery Welshman, 3 points was the important part here tonight, and getting 3 here tonight was big for this team.
Yeah, you hear from Jeff Cassar earlier this week that it was the best performance of the senior side. I would argue that this is the Monarchs' best complete performance on the season, from 2 goals and then securing up the lead late in the game when the Switchbacks are pressing.
Well, they had to expand a lot of effort to get it here tonight, and it's a terrific effort, their 3rd win of the season, but now a very short turnaround. 2 days from now, 2 nights from now, you and I will be back here. Sounders 2 come in.
Yes, and we saw the Sounders too in a U.S. Open Cup against the Real Salt Lake side. Pablo Rossi was extremely dangerous, scored that goal in that match, so he'll be dangerous against the Monarchs. And like I said, they have Anderson, strong fast forward up top.
Well, the good news for the Monarchs is, though, they expect to have Max Rauhofer back for Friday night's match, so that'll be fresh legs, and their top goal scorer coming back. So a good night tonight for the Monarchs for the 3rd time this season. A big win here at Rio Tinto Stadium. 2 goals from Welshman, 2 assists from Lucas Baldine, and the Monarchs get 3 points here at home. Come on back on Friday night. We'll have all the action for you right here at Rio Tinto Stadium as Sounders 2 come in to take on this Monarch side.
Exactly right. A great performance. I'm sure that Freddie Juarez is very pleased with his team tonight.
For Sean Bly-Miller and our entire crew here tonight at Rio Tinto Stadium, thanks for watching and thanks for listening on our flagship radio home, ESPN 700. Good night.
Tonight's post-game wrap-up is brought to you by the famous Budweiser beer, brewed the hard way, the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, fast finish. This Bud's for you. By ESPN 700, the home of Real Salt Lake and Monarchs soccer. Listen to every match by tuning in to ESPN 700, Utah's #1 sports talk. Corner Bakery Cafe. Come get a taste of what's happening at your corner. And Life Vantage, helping people achieve health, wealth, and personal freedom.